What's going on YouTube? Master55 here. Today I'm back after a very long hiatus. What happened was, the reason why I didn't upload any videos for a while was I was originally had a lot of schoolwork before winter break back in December, and long story short, after Christmas break ended, I was going to start making videos again. I want to start off with a series on Go Control, which is of course the feature of this video. We're going to start the Go Control series. But what happened was, after winter break, right after I filmed this video originally, and I was about to upload it, I got a copyright strike on my account, and that limited my upload time to 15 minutes, and my video was 18 minutes, so at first I was like, well this sucks, but I can still upload videos, so I'll just re-record it and make it shorter. So, of course, I re-record it, I make it shorter, and the timing is fine, it's like about 13 minutes, and when I go to upload it, I have a second copyright strike on my account, which means I have to wait another it's not a copyright strike, it's just another strike on my account for violating community guidelines. So I have to wait another 2 weeks before I can use my account. So that honestly discouraged me. So it's been about 3 weeks now since that occurred. My account is back in my control, and I can start uploading videos again. So I want to apologize first off for the lack of videos, and I want to jump into this series as soon as I can, because this is something I really want to upload, talk about, etc, etc. Anyway, so without further ado, and jump right into it, this is going to be a series on Go Control, the most skillful format in Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion. This is basically 2005. I'll have a link to the ban list for this time down in the description. Lots of people actually have been playing this now. At my locals, there's several people who have Go Control decks built of their own, so I thought I'd run through my current build, and I'm also going to be doing profiles of other people's builds at my locals, as well as variants of my own build, changing it up, etc. This is going to be a little mini series that I'm going to do, have on the channel. So again, I apologize for the long wait, and I'm glad to be back. So without further ado, still got a 15-minute limit. Let's get started. So of course, like I said, I'll have a link to the ban list down below, and I definitely suggest that whoever wants to, please try build a deck for this format, because it's so much fun. Anyway, start things off. 2 Vampire Lord. This is a zombie variant, as the title will state. This build is very fun, so it runs 2 Vampire Lord, 2 Pyramid Turtle, which can special your Vampire Lord, and 2 Spirit Reaper for the zombie cards in the deck. Basically, both of these are summonable off Pyramid Turtle, and they're all like the most powerful zombie cards for the time, and using the zombie engine allows you to run one of the best recursion cards from the time, which is Book of Life, which allows you to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard and special a zombie from your own. So it's very good, very powerful for the time. Now getting into the more staple monsters, the 1 BLS for the time, 1 Jinzo. Jinzo was at 1 at the time, but it's my favorite tribute summon monster, and it's amazing for the format. Just lock out back row. 1 Air Knight Parashath, swing through go tokens, inflict piercing damage, draw cards. Basically, whenever he inflicts damage to your opponent, get to draw a card. It's very, very powerful for the time. That's it for the tribute summons and for the BLS. Moving on, 1 Breaking the Magical Warrior. This card is really powerful for breaking back row, as well as being a 1900 body. Tribe Infecting Virus, basically this is your main deck out. Well, obviously, it's an out to a lot of cards that you just can't get around. So, say your opponent has 1,000 eyes, it's locking you down. Summon this, ditch a card, and blow it up. Also great for blowing over big boards of goats or anything that you're just having trouble getting around. Just throwing Tribe Infecting on the board, instant out. Sangan for search power. 2 Magician of Faith, super powerful for bringing back your really powerful spell cards back from the graveyard to your hand so you can use them again. 1 Magical Merchant. This card, it's not run by everyone. This is a card I love in the deck because if you are actually getting really lucky mills and you're hitting some good cards, you can hit things like zombies or BLS targets, and it's actually really good. It's kind of like an old-fashioned Curry Bandit, so I really like this card in the deck. And if anything, if it's not that, then it's just an easy +1. +1 or a 1-for-1 if it's getting attacked over. And finally, the 1 Sinister Serpent, one of the nuttiest cards in the deck because it makes all your discards free. So that's everything for the monster lineup. Moving on to the spells, like I said, we get to play one of the most powerful recursion spells of the time. 2 Book of Life, something I love in the deck. The power to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard, as well as having some recursion, is great because you can banish your opponent's Sinister Serpent from the grave, or banish their BLS targets. It's just so good, very powerful. Moving on, next spell, 2 Metamorphosis. This is one of the main things from Go format as well. One of the main cards, because it allows you to basically summon anything from your extra deck with the same level of something you just tributed off your board. And the thing you're going to be going into most often is, of course, Thousand Eyes Restrict, shooting off Goat tokens or Sinister Serpent, getting out a super powerful monster. That's basically one of the main things you do with this card, but there's also many other things I'll go through in the extra deck. Basically, the extra deck has every card for any situation where you metamorphosis a monster. So whenever, I'm basically set for any situation that would ever happen, and every situation that wouldn't happen. And it's just such a fun card. So awesome for the format. Next, the 2 Scapegoats. Goes hand in hand with Metamorphosis, as well as just getting Goat tokens on the board is really good. Good for filling every board, protecting yourself, targets for Metamorphosis, of course, and just overall a great card. Next, 2 Noblemen to cross out. This card's amazing. Hit those set monsters, basically. Powerful 1-for-1. You hit a power card in your opponent's deck, it's great. If you have a set Magician of Faith, you just send that away. You don't have to worry about them adding a spell. Next are on the 1 creature swap. This card's amazing in this deck, especially because one of the main things you can do is if you summon a Pyramid Turtle, you can creature swap it away, and then when you swing over it, when it's on your opponent's side of the board, you still get the special your own vampire, your own zombie from your deck. So that's really powerful. Creature swap is really good in this deck. It's also good in general for the format. Next are on 1 Lightning Vortex. This is a powerful spell card. It is a discard, but basically you can use this to wipe over big boards of Go tokens, or it's basically another out to things like Thousand Eyes or Spirit Reapers, things you just can't get over. This is a 1 card out. Technically a 2 card out. Heavy Storm, legal during the time, why not run it? Giant Trunade. This card is also at 3 at the time, but I run it at 1. Lots of people don't run this at all, but I really like it. It's good for your game pushes. Just put your opponent's important back row back in their hand so you can push for game. It's also really amazing in combination with Premature Burial. And 1 MST, because MST was at 1 at the time. 1 Premature Burial. Amazing recursion card. Equip spell. And next, 1 card that we recently got back, Snatch Steal, very powerful card. During this format and during now, in our current format, which is January 2015, this card is amazingly powerful. And finally, for the last 3 spells that we run, it's known as the Trinity, the most powerful cards in the deck. 1 Graceful Charity, 1 Pot of Greed, and 1 Delinquent Duo. Two of these cards are inherent +1s, and then 1 card which is a 3 for 3, I believe, which is crazy. Just really powerful cards for the time. All are on the ban list right now, and for good reason. They're very, very powerful. And finally, for the trap lineup, I run 2 Sakuretsu Armor, great for stopping attacking monsters, another out to certain things. Very powerful back row. Some people run this at 1, some people don't run it at all, but I like seeing it at 2. Next, Next one, Mirror Force, super powerful card, at 1 at the time. 1 Torrential, wipe those boards, get rid of those problem monsters. 1 Ring of Destruction. OCG recently got this back, we don't have it yet, but at the time, this card's legal at 1, super powerful. Flip this card up, blow up a monster. Simple as that. This is also amazing for forcing draws. If you're in a losing position, you have this 1 card, say your opponent has a BLS, they're about to swing for game, but their life points are low. You flip this up, and it's an automatic draw. And the last trap, your final recursion card in the deck, 1 called the Haunted. So, like I said, this is a really fun format, something I definitely recommend everyone tries out. That's my main deck. Now we'll go through the extra deck. As I was saying, it's all targets for Metamorphosis, all things that you need and a lot that you don't. Oh, one last thing. If you have running Scapegoat, you gotta have your Goat tokens. I have the one that I just won from Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. This is from Yu-Gi-Oh! Day last year. Custom Phoenix Wright token by Fox Cards, and a Trishula and a Brionic. That's that. Now to get into the extra deck, I'll only explain like really important stuff. Start things off with 3000 Eyes Restrict. You're going to be going into this very often compared to everything else. This is basically the main card you're going to meta into because it absorbs your opponent's monsters, it gains their attack, and your opponent literally can't attack over this card. If they put monsters on the board, they better be things like Tribe Infecting, because this guy cannot get swung over. very powerful card, just amazing. Next, I have two Draganis, the Wicked Knight. This is if you're going to tribute off a Sangan with Metamorphosis. If you do, you do get the instant search off Sangan, which is very good in my opinion. So I definitely like this. Is the one you're gonna meta off for because it has the most attack out of all level 3 fusion monsters. But I also run these just in case: one Cherubim and the Fire Knight, 2 Flame Ghosts, and 1 Fusion Cat, just because I have them. The extract for me is also a good place for my collection of fusion cards that are legal during the time, so a lot of these you won't go into, but it's just I like having them. Next, I have 3 Carbonala Warrior, whatever. I have 3 of him. I also want to get Darkfire Dragon, because it's a dark monster, so it's a BLS target, and also has 50 more defense, so that's something I'm looking to pick up, but for now, I have this is the 1500 level 4. The most powerful level 4 for the time. Next, moving on to 5s. This is stuff you'll actually go into. Tributing off Vampire Lords, Book of Lifing them back is pretty fun. Or tributing off Snatch Steal monsters that your opponent have, like Zaborgs or like Air Knights. 3 Dark Belter, the Terrible. This card's pretty powerful, negates spells, and I believe, yep, and negates flip effects as well. Next, 2 Flame Swordsmen, just in there. You'll probably never go into them. But he's 1800, so that's pretty cool. 1 Reaper on the Nightmare. This can swing directly for 800 and ditch a card from your opponent's hand. However, if he's targeted by a card effect, he's automatically destroyed. Basically, I like to look at this as the old guy cowboy. Back in the day, this card, if your opponent's super low on life points, just met off into this and attack for game. I have one of this guy. I don't know what his English name is, but he's 1900 and he's wind. Then I have 2 Cyrosaurus. These are 1800s and they're Earth. 1 Fiend Skull Dragon. I just recently picked this up. This is another card that's actually really important to have. This is a level 5 that doesn't automatically negate spells. That's one thing about Dark Balter. His negation of spells is mandatory. So, yeah, that's a thing. He negates flip effect monsters and as well as targeting trap cards. Now on to the 6s. I have 3 Ryu Senshis. This is a powerful 6. I believe he stops trap card effects, yep, and he can't be targeted by spell cards. He negates targeting spell cards. So he can't be Snatch Steal, basically. Next, have a place set of Ojama King. Basically, this is like an Ojama trio on legs with a 3k defense. Very hard to get around, and if you're locking down your opponent's board, there's very little things they can do. So that's pretty good. Then I have 2 Darkblade the Dragon Knight. This banishes cards from your opponent's graveyard when it inflicts battle damage to them. So that's pretty powerful. You can get rid of BLS targets, get rid of Sinister Serpents. I run 1 Super Robo Lady. Basically, when it swings directly, it's 2200, but you're never going to go into this. You'd much rather go to the other cards. 1 Dark Flare Knight, same thing, it's 2200, but again, why would you want to go into that? The other ones are better. 1 The Last Warrior from Another Planet. This is one of the 2 7s I run, but there basically were no 7s, level 7 regular monsters in the main deck run at the time. So if there's by far, like a very long chance that you run into a level 7 that you've Snatch Stealed, you can go into this guy. Or you can go into Thousand Dragon. Wouldn't see why though. If you need another 50 attack, I guess. Or you can go into Labyrinth Tank. Those are the 7s. Finally, for the 8, I have the 1 Gatling Dragon. You meta off a BLS, or you meta off a Snatch Steal BLS, and you can make him, he's 2600, flip 3 coins, and blow up cards equal to the number of heads. So that is everything, guys. Thank you for watching. Please expect more stuff on Go Control. It's my favorite format. It's something so much fun. I have so much fun playing with, and a lot of my friends and locals have fun too. So if you can, get into it, get your friends into it. It's so much fun, and I suggest everyone tries it out. So that's everything. Expect a lot more uploads from now on. Chimaster55 signing out.